Hello again, everybody. First of all, thanks for hitting that play button once more. This video is going to be a slight change from what I normally do on this channel. Call it more of a thought experiment, I suppose, than anything else. I'm also really interested to know if this is something you want to see more of, or just do not pass go kind of thing. Don't collect your likes. You know, go back to what you normally do, please, Decentral Media. Yeah, in short order though, before I try this out, I just want to remind everyone to please tap the like button, and if you feel inclined, drop me a sub. You know, that little sub button down there. Yep, you know, both are much appreciated and help no end. If you feel really energetic, you know, feeling out of the box a little bit, then let me know what you think in the comments section below as well. Right, before I start, time for that old chestnut. This is not financial advice. Okay, got it? Good. Let's go. So when I normally make the videos, I usually have a speech prepared sort of thing to guide me through it. You know, I sit there and write it all beforehand. This time I'm sort of going solo a little bit, you know, warts and all that kind of thing. Here we go. So basically I want to highlight how the media reacts to things generally, depending on the public hype surrounding it at the time. Like for example, when Bitcoin was in its early days, not much was known about it. You know, it's a new thing. The media seemed to find it easy to just throw low balls at it all the time, generally demonize what was actually possibly one of the best developments in human history with regards to moving forward as a species anyway. But that's my opinion. Okay, this is my opinion here. Obviously it's my channel, so just an opinion. If you have issues, of course, with anything I say, then either drop the comments below, you know, explain why, or just head on to pastures new. All right, so in the best possible sense, of course, I do wish you the best of luck if you do that. You know, no issues there. So let's go to the first thing. All right, so what I wanted to do was just go back 10 years. All right, so we're in 2021. This video is being made in 2021. I wanted to go back to 2011, just see what was being written about at the time for Bitcoin. All right. So firstly, I mean, all I've done is just a random search. Okay, if you go on to, for example, a Google search, if you put in like before 2012, then you'll get everything before that, that sort of thing. Okay, so this is all I've done. The first one I've come across. Okay, the Bitcoin is dying. Whatever. So first off, it's like a flippant, you know, whatever. Who cares? It's nothing big. Who cares? There's no denying, I mean, this is just the opening paragraph. There is no denying the rise of Bitcoin has been as amusing as it has been interesting. A quasi-anonymous internet-spawned currency that shoots up to a price of $32 is captivating, but the honeymoon is over and Bitcoin is falling fast. Yeah. So you can see what kind of angle they're going here straight away from the off. All right. There's no hiding the animosity in the writing, in my opinion anyway. Once again, this is all just my opinion. Okay, I've got nothing against the people writing this. It's just what it's bringing up in me from the moment I read it. All right. So I won't go through the full article. Okay, obviously you get the rough idea what they're going for here straight away from the off. All right, this was put online in 2011. I am going to drop a link in for every page that I'm talking about here. Okay, so let's just skip forward to what the sort of thing that Gizmodo are writing about in 2021. Bitcoin burning a hole in your pocket. Now you can spend it using Apple Pay. So now they're encouraging you to spend it using other things like Apple Pay. Who knows? Maybe there's some sort of contract there. I have no idea. Just a guess. Let's see how we're starting anyway. In case you haven't noticed, Bitcoin's having a bit of a moment. Apparently it was dying, but whatever. The cryptocurrency's value reached record heights in recent weeks. You'll soon be able to buy a Tesla with it. And as of Friday, you can now spend Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies via Apple Pay. Fantastic, right? You see how it's twisted around. All of a sudden, there's an excitement there. There's like, you know, oh, look at this. It's amazing. Look what you can do with it. Isn't it great? Also, perhaps it's something to do with maybe the richest person in the world is now bigging it up a little bit. Possibly. Who knows? Who knows? Just a guess once more. Just my opinion. But yeah, again, I will pop it in, the link in below for you guys to read, have a little look through just for fun, see what you think, drop in your own opinions on it as well. So let's move on to the next one that I found. The bursting of the Bitcoin bubble. Briefly, the world's favourite digital currency, Bitcoin, is in trouble. Yep. Bitcoin, briefly the world's favourite cryptocurrency, is in trouble. It plummeted from a peak of around $33 per unit. I mean, currently, at the moment, I think it's on 57,000, but we won't go into that. In June to $2.51. That is quite the drop. Okay. Talking about pirate parties in Sweden, famously blogged that he was converting all of his Swedish crown savings to Bitcoins. Anyway, yada, yada, yada. All right. Clearly, they're talking about doom and gloom. Bitcoin's done for. Ha, ha, ha. Isn't it great? That's the opinion I'm getting from it anyway. So, The Economist. Doesn't really matter who it's by. That's kind of irrelevant here. Obviously, you can do your own research into why these establishments do this. Maybe look into the CEOs, maybe who owns the company, that sort of thing. That's entirely up to you. That's not what I'm going for here. Just showing the contrast for fun, So yeah, today, this year anyway, The Economist again, is Bitcoin winning over the establishment? Our podcast on markets, the economy and business. Okay, so having tripled in value in the past quarter, the cryptocurrency continues its roller coaster ride as the financial establishment begins to jump aboard. Wow, that's pretty exciting stuff, don't you think? Pretty exciting stuff right there. Again, they're bigging it up. Money talks, once Bitcoin, thrice as high. You just want to hit that play button, don't you, to find out exactly what they're talking about. Again, quite the change from the bursting of the Bitcoin bubble. There we go. Let's move along. Forbes. Okay, this is an exciting one, Forbes. I found this one quite interesting because it seems a constant stream throughout the years of them basically dropping bombshells on how bad Bitcoin is in every possible sense of the word. So that's the end of Bitcoin then. Or at least this looks like it's the end of Bitcoin. Faced another crisis. You see these buzzwords, they're dropping in straight away. The end. Crisis. Yeah. Let me see what else I can just see here. Suspended. The first few words. Collapse. All right. So you see instantly how it's being written. Okay. What goal they've got from it as well. Again, it's an opinion piece. Here's a little disclaimer as well. When you're a blogger or an editor, if you drop an opinion there, it doesn't matter what you say. Okay, it can't be stated as fact. You can literally write what you like. As long as you're not insulting anyone, doesn't matter. And unfortunately, big publications like this will continue to do that. There's nothing we can do about it. So, moving on to the next one. How to purchase guns and drugs anonymously. Oh, another highlight of what is quite possibly one of the best things to happen to humanity. Obviously, there are many, many ways to explain why it's a great thing for humanity. Again, that's not what I'm going to go into here. It's easy to do your research on why. Plenty of people talking about that as well, all over YouTube, all over the internet. This is just something I believe, all right? But yeah, how to purchase guns and drugs anonymously. I've been into crypto for quite a while. Never done any of those things. So there you go. How do they start the article off? Want to purchase guns and illegal drugs over the internet, but without the traditional hassle of bank records? A new digital technology is making it possible. So for somebody who doesn't know anything about Bitcoin, they're thinking, well, why would somebody create a digital technology just to sell guns and drugs? I don't know. For me, doesn't sound like the sort of technology I want to be interested in. You know what I mean? Sounds to me like it's the last thing I'd possibly want to know about. Never mind the fact that, it's immutable. Yeah. Never mind that it can't be broken. It's decentralized. Okay, it only ever changes by consensus of all the users in the system. You know, just little things like that. But we won't go into oh, and of course, let's not go into banking the unbanked. There you go. Right, and can Bitcoin survive? Is it legal? This is all Forbes, all right? This is all Forbes. I mean, it doesn't matter who writes it. That's irrelevant, okay? Again, I will be dropping all the links in for you guys to look through at your own whim and enjoyment. I'm generally a skimmer, okay? Unless I'm particularly interested in reading an article, I will skim. I pick up like points, I pick up like certain words, and I generally get how somebody's trying to get their point across very quickly. I was a blogger, like a tech blogger, for 4 to 5 years. Okay, I also edited that blog as well, so I kind of know how to get a point across, how to put an angle on something with that by just using a few words, really, that I drop in here and there. But yeah, we'll just start how we mean to go on Bitcoin. The online currency used to buy alpaca wool socks and illegal drugs, whose value dropped from $17.50 to pennies after a hack at the currency exchanger mt.gox. Now, for those that don't know, that's Magic the Gathering online exchange. Again, please do look into that. It's kind of an interesting story. Still going on today, believe it or not. Every now and then they roll that old chestnut out just to drop in a little FUD, just to make the price drop that little bit, thinking that everybody that's got Magic the Gathering online exchange Bitcoin, that's going to be getting their Bitcoin back, are going to be selling it. Why they do that when it's only gone up over the last 10 years, on average, I don't know. But there you go. Maybe they want to sell a little bit, you know, fair enough, but sensible precautions here. Most people would probably just want to keep hold of at least a good portion of it, because odds are it's going to keep on going up, considering the halving, you know, everything else. I mean, I'm going into too much of the technical side of things as well with Bitcoin here. Again, if you're interested, I will be going more into depth on certain features of Bitcoin that I particularly like. There are also lots and lots of people out there, especially on YouTube, that have got really, really good information. If you want to know about the Bitcoin halving, there are masses and masses of videos on it, because it's only just happened recently. Once again, happens every 4 years. Nearly run out of breath there. But unless consumers and merchants can be persuaded that adopting it will make them better off, it's likely to go the way of other online currencies. Okay, there we go. Right, moving forwards to 2021. JP Morgan is eyeing Bitcoin and crypto clearinghouse options amid huge price rally. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency interest among Wall Street banks has exploded in recent months, climbing along with the surging Bitcoin price. Already, it gives you a sense of excitement. Something's happening, something you don't want to miss out on. You see how the narrative is being driven here. Quite easy to figure out. Doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out what's going here, or a rocket scientist. Maybe I should tweet hashtag rocket scientist. Who knows? I don't know. Just digressing here. But yeah, another thing as well. So I wanted to look into a little bit, because it seems to me that throughout all the stuff I was searching, Forbes was popping up a lot. And it seems that, well, Steve and Tim Forbes, okay, you can look them up. It's quite easy to find out about them. They're pretty much people who own Forbes, obviously, family name, you know, that kind of thing. Now, I'm not knocking them here at all. That's not what this is about. But Steve Forbes in particular has basically been in the news reasonably recently, claiming a couple of things. Okay, so the biggest claims against Bitcoin that Steve Forbes has seem to be twofold. One, it's not inflationary. All right, and two, if you purchased a house using Bitcoin through the mortgage, basically, and house prices went up, so you could, for example, be paying $250,000 for a property, but owe $2 million if BTC keeps rising. All right. Now, you might consider both of those valid points. So let's look at the first claim. It's not inflationary. Now, apparently, a currency must be inflationary for a growing economy. Now, he doesn't seem to understand that all Bitcoin would need to do is at a decimal place the amount of Satoshis in one Bitcoin. All of a sudden, there's a lot more Satoshis per Bitcoin. There you go. That's easily done. Still only 21 million Bitcoin. That doesn't have to be changed. So the difference between this and a fiat currency is that the decision to change the fundamentals, basically, with Bitcoin, would be done by consensus. And that's just quite the polar opposite, really, to a centralized fiat currency. Now, for me, it seems like this lovely fellow just seems to be showing a little bit of lack of understanding of the tech underlying Bitcoin and what it actually does. But there you go. Maybe that's purposeful. Who knows? Now, the second point he makes regarding a mortgage is, again, irrelevant, I feel, because a smart contract that allows for this possibility, you wouldn't sign it in the first place. Why would you sign a contract that clearly states, well, if you're going to pay, say, 0.1 of a Bitcoin now for this small piece of land, say in Portugal, you know, $5,000, and then Bitcoin goes up to $1 million, for example, all of a sudden your $5,000 is going to cost you a lot more money than that, you know, in Bitcoin anyway. So who's going to do that? Nobody. Now, for me, I mean, like I said, this is a financial advice. I am in no way versed on deep financial things like how mortgages are created, all that side of it. But for me, this is just a rough guess, okay? Because I've looked it up as well. I did a little bit of research on what you can do. For example, you can use your cryptocurrencies as collateral, okay? And then you could arrange for mortgages, that kind of thing, using it as a collateral, but not touching it. So most people that have got cryptocurrency probably don't want to sell it. They just want to keep it there, you know, just to see what happens over time. But you can use that as collateral, same as if, for example, I wanted to buy a third property. I'm just, you know, guessing here, hypothesizing. Say I've got like 5 properties and I want to buy a 6th property. Well, I'm going to think, well, I could use these 5 properties as collateral. Clearly, if I needed to be able to pay off this mortgage or to be able to keep the bills going, I could sell one of those properties. That is my collateral, and keep the repayments going. But yeah, there are options out there already in the crypto space that actually do this. So this is something that, for me, it seems like he hasn't looked into. But yeah, I mean, even just guessing off the top of my head, how would it be done? Well, I don't know. It would probably arranged with a fixed value as well, and most likely pegged to some sort of crypto stable coin, you know, that keeps one value. Another option as well. But you know, you can see what I'm trying to get across here anyway, is that no matter what happens, there will always be people out there that either want to poo-poo something just because they don't like it, because, you know, that is their opinion as well. They're entitled to it. I'd like to think that people don't take too much interest in it. You know, at the end of the day, if you've done your research, then you know what you're looking into, and you don't need to worry about what certain articles, media, I don't even know what word to call it, really. Just organisations in general that want to put their own spin on something for whatever reasons as well. I mean, who knows? Maybe people behind certain companies want to lower the price so they can buy more. I don't know. Just a guess, you know. Does make you think though, right? Yeah, that's about it. Was there another one as well? Yeah, just another one here. The Atlantic, the Bitcoin economy is collapsing with no sign of recovery. 2011. No sign of recovery, collapsing. I think we've heard that before, haven't we? On another one as well. Same sort of buzzwords. Explaining that it's all moving downwards, all doom and gloom. Everything's going to be really, really bad. Bitcoin is disappearing. Cashing out. There you go. One of the last words. Cash out. Discouraged, bored. That was 2011. 2021, the looming bank collapse. The US financial system could be on the cusp of calamity. This time we might not be able to save it. Again, who knows if there's any truth in that. It's just a narrative at the end of the day. One thing you might want to look up is FUD, F-U-D. It's an acronym for fear, uncertainty and doubt. All right. For me, this is basically what this is. This is all just FUD. Even if it's not Bitcoin related, it's still FUD. It's still made there. It's still written and put on the publication to make you click on it to get that view. So, take everything with a pinch of salt. It's not all doom and gloom out there. I think there are very, very good sides to everything, as well as, there's also a bad side as well. Just like a knife, you've got one side sharp, one side's blunt. It's the same with every tech as well. Depending on who uses it, depends on how it's used. All right, and what their motives are. One more as well. Fast Company. Funny money. Is Bitcoin the future of currency or a total scam? A total scam. Not just a scam, a total scam. Critics say it's used by drug dealers. Legislators are threatening crackdowns. And some argue the whole idea is an utter scam. Sounds nefarious. But at least they're putting this in. But it's just like the history of real money. Real money. Because at the end of the day, that's kind of what it probably is. When you actually really look at it, in depth, in an honest way. Money is just an idea at the end of the day. It's an agreed idea that we all do by consensus. All right, it's an idea, and we go along with it to keep things running along, that nice straight path. And most recently, same company, 10 years later, Tesla invests 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, sending the price soaring to new heights. Bitcoin reached another record high price on Monday. I told you I wasn't planning this. Following news that electric vehicle maker Tesla invested in the cryptocurrency. Yeah, just in time for that. Doesn't that sound all positive? You see the twist here, because the general public are kind of interested in what's going on at the moment. Tesla can basically make and break companies by just doing a hashtag. There you go. That's where we're at. That's how the game is being played right now. But yeah, like I said, let me know what you think. Would really, really appreciate your guys' opinion on it. Again, this was just from the top of my head. I'm not sitting here planning this or anything. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it, and we'll be doing more. One more thing as well, just for that little reminder at the end, don't forget again to like and subscribe. There's also this little bell thing. All right, if you tap it, it'll actually let you know when I've uploaded something, which is, kind of haphazard. I'm not like, I do this every day, I do this every week, but as soon as I've got something to think about or something new I want to share with people, I'll be popping up here on this channel. Other than that, you guys have a great one. It's been a pleasure, and this is Decentral Media. Talk to you soon. And I'll be talking to you all very, very soon. Take care.